Ha! Hey everybody! In today's videos, I will show up how I made the OneBandMan, but this will be only the version 1 and also you can see the OneBandMan series in this list. If you don't see any of this video, it's because I haven't uploaded yet. There is something that you need to know before I start, and it's this. I want to clarify that if you have seen me, I have had pretty much the same setup as Anders did, which I mentioned him in the last video. I built multiple setups and this one was the most functional one, that's why I stick to this. Anders did also a OneBandMan series, but he actually explained more about how the instrument works. And I will not get too much into this, since for me knowing how to play, for example, the keyboard or the accordion, it's something that you actually need to know if you want to build something like this. Of course, I will explain what every instrument does, but know how to play them, since this will take more time. Since there are a lot of stuff going on, I will be more technical in the audio, or how to put the instruments apart and everything. If you ask, I didn't know how to use probably the vocal synthesizer. That's something that I learned while I was playing in the whole stuff. But what I mean is that at least you need to know the basics in music before you do something like this. And also I will show up problems and solutions that I made, but these kind of solutions were not worth it because they were not like the priority. Please remember this before you continue seeing the video. This is not a tutorial, this is not how to build a OneBandMan, this is not how to do, this is not how to make, this is not, no. This is how I did these things and how I recommend you, if you want to do something like that, what things you can do and what things you can't do. So, Anders did use two main setups as far as I know, as far as I've been looking up. The first setup that he used, he was this kind of backpack thing, and he had his Roland speaker below his water tank. This setup is okay for very small places and for great acoustic places. This setup that he had is an accordion, Casio keyboard, water tank with hi-hat, Boss VE5, amp and a glockenspiel. So the first idea was to build something similar to Anders. As I told you, he has a video explaining how to make or how to build the OneBandMan, but this video was recorded later years, so I did not have a tutorial how to build this when I started. So I bought a plastic box, cheap cymbals, kick drum pedal, hi-hat stand, a toy glockenspiel, and a small Bluetooth speaker. I have designed this version on Blender, and please don't be really concerned of how it looks, since this is my first time using this software. Also, this is just a guide for you, so you know how I did it. All of this material was cheap stuff from AliExpress, so don't expect it to last for too long. Okay, so the kick drum pedal was screwed into these two wood pieces, and these wood pieces was screwed directly into the plastic. The hi-hat stand, which I already removed the pedal anchor, I put a wood piece that will do the same job of this wood anchor thing, and it was connected or attached to the plastic with some ropes, and it didn't last very long. So to use this plastic box as a backpack, I first used some shoelaces, but these are really thin, so it will cut your skin. I do not recommend it. And later I replaced it with some backpack straps that I put with some tape and patience. Later I add a Bluetooth speaker that I did broke apart because it was a piece of shit. And it was also attached with some ropes to the lower wood frame. And finally the wood stick that's supposed to have a keyboard, but it didn't. The wood stick was attached to the frame of the kick drum pedal with some MacGyver science, and also I put a screw into the plastic, and it worked for some time. And as you will kind of known, this plastic box broke apart. And I bought a second one box, which this one was smaller. And yes, you will ask, do you still have that plastic box? Of course I do. This was the first, yes, this was the first box. This was the cheap symbols that I did have at the beginning. They sound really bad. I think this was the first bidder from this. Yeah, so I don't remember if I changed the box because I think I changed it because it was too big. And then I put a smaller box. This one did have a wood structure inside of it. This was more stable because the plastic did not go flexible. Sorry for my shit English. I will do better next time. But I meant that the plastic does not bend too much with the wood frame inside. Later I started to add in these electronic instruments, and the first one that I added was this vocoder, the Boss BE5, that also Anders did use, and this was pretty amazing because it was the only small thing that you can loop, do harmonies, and do voice changes, so it was really cool. Anders did had 3 of these Boss BE5, one for each thing, like one for vocals, one for the synthesizer, and one for harmonies. There are also other OneBandMans that have this kind of setup of 3 microphones, one for each thing, or multiple microphones, one for each thing. For me, this is the best thing ever because you don't need to press this button. So the synthesizer that I have here, harmony button, this is the Boss BE5. So this is the synthesizer. This one has like a harmony button here. So every time I want to press it, I need to use my hand to press it. But if I want to play a melody of the bass, I need to stop playing to press the button, and I don't like it. So I will prefer to have a third microphone for harmonies, which one day I will do. But at this time I had this Yamaha AG06 audio interface. It was like a small mixer. It have some inputs and outputs. This one was powered by a phone power bank. I think I have one here. It was kind of something like this. This is a USB power bank. This is a very cheap one. So this one has here 2 USB-A, 1 USB-C, and 1 USB micro. Here you see the battery level, and this was just connected by USB to the mixer, and it was powered up for I don't know how. Also, since I have the keyboard, I tried to use an app called GarageBand, which you have probably known, because there you have your keyboard, your instruments, and also you can do samples of it. And first of all, I had my phone, but then I upgraded to an iPad. This is my mom's iPad. This is a very old one. This is an iPad 2 from 2011, and takes a little bit time to boot up. Every night. Okay, so I did have GarageBand here. Probably I have some sounds. Let's see. Well, I do not.
And I have the sounds here.
This was also a bad idea because when you have the sun on your screen, you are not able to see this, and also this is a screen. It's totally flat. It's not a keyboard. Final thoughts. Forget about the guy that is on the screen now. I think using a plastic box to build, it's a very shit thing. I mean, to build on it, you should always have a frame to build, and then you will put the plastic box. Of course, I was 13, so I didn't know it, but I'm just saying it for you. You should have a frame and then build from there. That's the thought. So use the plastic box if you want on top of the frame. I hope you liked the video. I hope you learned something, and if you didn't, well, thanks for watching. And so yes, if you want to support me as an artist, or as a performer, or someone that do things in life, you can do it in Patreon, PayPal, or just like in the video. I prefer the money. So if you would like to support me as an artist, as a performance, or as somebody who does things, and also you can follow me and comment the video, like, or if you have any question, just please let me know. I will answer very good and very nicely. Thanks so much for watching the video. Have a great day and see you in the next one.